Have you heard experts in the field of weight loss saying that the GLP1 drugs like Ozempic, Wegovy, Zepbound are forever drugs because once you go off the medication, you'll regain all the weight you worked so hard to lose? Well, I'm not totally convinced that this is true. And for that reason, I've been searching the medical literature recently, and I found 3 promising approaches that are now being developed that could offer people who are discouraged by the thought that they'll regain the weight if they go off medication. And these 3 approaches are all different from each other. One focuses on the stomach itself, the other on the appetite control centers of the brain, and the third is a novel lifestyle modification. I'm Dr. Gary Pepper. I've been an endocrinologist for over 30 years. I want to reassure you that this podcast, Dr. Pepper Really, is unsponsored, and I'm receiving no financial compensation from any of the products or medications we're discussing here today. I also want to remind you that the contents are for educational purposes only and are not intended as medical advice or treatment, which should be rendered to you by your own personal physician. So let's get back to the podcast. So to begin with, the approach that focuses on the stomach is called DMR, or Duodenal Mucosal Resurfacing. And the theory here is that the area of the stomach that produces hormones, that's known as the duodenum, that control appetite and the sense of fullness, that while you're on the GLP-1 medication, those areas become dormant, and after enough time, they become so weakened that once you go off the medication, they are unable to provide you with the normal amounts of hormone to regulate your appetite and sense of fullness, setting you up for weight regain. So in this procedure, which is done as an outpatient, the doctor places an endoscope through the mouth into the stomach and the duodenum, and they circulate hot water through the endoscope, which causes the top layer of the stomach lining to be discarded, forcing the body to make a new layer, which is full of the appetite-reducing cells. And the study itself was short, only 3 months, but what they found was people who underwent the procedure did not gain weight after stopping the GLP-1 medication, and in fact, some continued to lose weight. Now, it seems somewhat drastic as an approach, but it actually is being used to treat disorders of the lining of the stomach even now, and is FDA approved, except not for weight management at this time. But we're going to keep a close watch on that and see if the results can be replicated. The second approach uses magnetic coils to stimulate areas in the brain that produce the appetite hormones and signals. So the name of this procedure is TMS, or transcranial magnetic stimulation. And in this procedure, the magnetic coils are placed against the skull, and over the course of 5 weeks, being treated 3 or 4 times per week, the people who received the treatment were able to lose as much weight in 1 year after the treatment as people who had been on a drug like Ozempic. So this is really fantastic results, and I'm hoping that the results can be replicated, and if so, then the FDA would have to approve it for treating weight loss. But since it's a non-invasive procedure and it's already been in use, I would be hopeful that after a period of further trial, that if there are no real downsides, that this type of treatment could be employed in people who are looking to get off the GLP-1 medication. Now, the third approach involves structured exercise as a way of stimulating your own GLP-1 cells to get back to normal quickly. And the study was done at the University of Copenhagen. And what they found was that individuals who had been on the GLP-1 medication for a year or more, their bodies were not making the appetite control hormones that they would normally produce, very much like the study that we talked about earlier, focusing on the stomach lining. Now, they instituted a lifestyle modification involving the structured exercise, which consisted of both cardio and resistance training. And what they found that in the following year, the individuals who stuck with the lifestyle modification either did not regain the weight, or if they did, they only gained the weight much slower, and the average was 5 pounds, whereas those who went back to their normal routines gained most of their weight loss back, as expected. So there you have it. There are the 3 new treatments on the horizon, and I'll be keeping a watch on results and passing the information along at my channel here, Dr. Pepper Really. And if you have your own thoughts and experiences you'd like to share, please leave a note here in the comments section. I would also like to mention my website, metabolism.com, which I've been managing for the past 25 years, which has loads of information about metabolic health, blogs, podcasts, and videos. And the more people who visit the site, the more we are able to continue our efforts. So hope to see you soon with a follow-up on this information. Thanks again.